This is your daily market review for Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. That doesn't roll off the tongue easily just yet. Happy New Year. Hopefully you're doing well. So we talked about the market has more downside than upside. Near term, we broke some levels in certain indexes. It's an interesting, again, watching the close as we speak. Typically today is bullish. Typically the beginning of the year is bullish. New money, new month, new year. Window dressing kind of effect. But we got to talk about what's leading, what's lagging. Again, I'm on record. I expect 2025 to be a massive year of lagging for tech. I think money's going to rotate out of tech. And when you have a tech war, and we've talked about this, again, they've tried to pump from AI to chips to all this fun stuff. And eventually, the cost of inputs are the key here. If you're going to build out this amazing green future and you're going to build out this tech future, you need inputs. You need copper, you need aluminum, you need gold, you need silver, you need oil, you need power, you need uranium, you need all that fun stuff. So I think this is going to be the year that those companies outperform tech. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link in description below. I appreciate everybody. If you want to chat, use the Calendly link. Let's connect. Let me know how I can help. Hit me up on Twitter. What are y'all's thoughts on this? Is funny? No, I don't know. I guess it's funny. No one got hurt. But yeah, posting trades, ideas, thoughts, having fun. Also, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, Twitter, YouTube, whatever platform you're watching on. I appreciate it. Tons of educational videos also on the website, tradingagent.com. Tradingagent.com. Need like a silly hook. But yeah, posting ideas, blogs, talking about this today. People don't realize this. They don't even know what an S block is. It's a type of loan where you can borrow against your investments. Ooh, take a pause and read this. Again, 2025, let's freaking do it. Yeah, and so again, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you do not hit me up, I will take it personally. I will shed a tear. I might even drive to wherever you're at and just say, what the fudge, bro? No, especially if we work together, and I'd love to help you guys out. Again, you get 2 agents for the price of 1. I'll find you a great agent in my referral network, and let's just get to work. So, all right, let's get back to the video. Not the video, but trading the market. This has been flagging, just chopping around this 10, 11%. Nothing yet. Be careful. I forgot Jimmy Carter Day. Yep. Bitcoin, as we've talked about, seems to be. I hate when I hit the refresh. Eat fresh, refresh. Subway. We talked about holding that 90,000 area. So far, we have. So now what? This one's tough. I personally think. I know I'm on record, and people hate when I'm bearish or neutral. At worst, this is going to be a chop zone, and if it could turn into like a left shoulder and right shoulder complex, and could be heading down south. Again, I'm not bullish until you take out the range highs, because I've seen this where you get big up moves and then you consolidate. And I've seen people argue that, oh, it's going back to 30,000, 70% correction. This is where I don't care. Again, if you took profits, managed your trades, I know HODL is the thing, but you took some profits and you see what happens here. Because again, you can always add dips. You can always add the breakout if it goes. But if you didn't take any profits along the way up at the highs, your profits aren't real until realized. Get what that means? Profits are not real until you realize, oh, come on, why are you trading you? You're so silly. Talked about oil. We like commodities long term. Hope I'm not missing the bus on this one. Again, I think it's a big consolidation pattern. I think the markets will pull back. But here's the thing, right? We might get money flowing from tech into commodities. So again, I have a bunch of shorts on tech, and then like DraftKings and NVDA, and again, I don't really have many longs other than looking at TLT down here. But again, if commodities rip, this is like first stage breakout, bottoming, like big bottoming complexes. Again, I'm not too worried about a bull market run. We'll get on it. Natty gas seems to be holding up pretty well. Again, King Dollar, I mean, ex-div drops, right? They pull it, pay the dividend, and here it is. Just rallying right back. We've talked about how overall the overall dollar compared to other currencies. Yikes. Whoa, Reggie. Yeah, be careful. TLT, I like the risk reward here on bonds. I've talked to a few folks, and again, I mean, maybe get down to the gap, but I like this 87 area. I think you can take stabs with tight stops. Keep it simple, stupid. I like it for a long trade. VIX, as we've talked about, seems to be making a higher base. Right? Higher base. Right? Be careful here if you're bullish in the market. The VIX, we talked about this, always bottoms first, and it definitely did. Seems to be chop around, waiting. SPY. This is where it gets interesting, right? Right? Let's look at these indexers. Right? Break to new lows. Close back. Not surprised. I mean, holidays, light volume. I mean, I made some calls today. Half the people I talked to are on the ski hill. Man, I really want to get up there, but I don't want to wait in those lines. QQQ. Broke the 50-day rally back. Again, I mean, lower highs, lower lows. It feels like what we're going to do is probably next week really start moving. But now you got another holiday. I mean, now the 9th is a holiday. You know, the market's closed. We'll see. IWM, again, this is where you got to be scared if you're a bull. Like, the IWM should be leading up. It's not. It's been leading down. DIA, this one's been, you know, kind of a rocket ship for a long time. Has to hold that 100-day. Gold, commodity rotation. Interesting, right? Again, longer term on record, think this stuff is only going higher. Near term, midterm, it's a crapshoot. Again, because if the market if they pull the rug on the market, liquidity gets pulled, everything can get sold. Now, gold will probably hold it better, but like things like silver, which have been lagging miners, they get beaten. Like, talked about silver having to hold down here. I mean, oversold, yeah. GDX, same thing, oversold. I would be curious though if this is this going to be a pro gap, or is this just a gap and trap? Again, oversold. See how this had a nice little gap and then went up for a couple days? We might have some up move for the miners. I mean, we talked about this. I mean, you don't go one direction always. You get oversold, you rally. You get overbought, you pull back. Be curious to see how these names hold up. Again, I would not be shorting miners. Not really on record too much. I got AEM looks pretty solid. AG, I mean, this thing got toasted, right? Newmont, to me, might make the most sense for a low risk, high reward trade. You know, if you're watching this 37, again, I thought it would hold the 41s. No, again, didn't put any money on it, but it makes sense watching it here. You mean have a little W down here, a little W. Worst case scenario, maybe run up to the 20-day. I don't know. Again, these trades to me are longer term. You're probably going to be fine. Near term, you got some rally. Long, you know, short term, you know, volatility. Keep an eye on it, you know. Keep an eye on it. Pass. Again, I like these names long term. Again, I'm like broken record. I'm just trying to think of anything to say. I'm like, I don't really know what to say. I mean, again, just be careful. Taiwan semi. Keep an eye on these. Again, I think semis are the easiest short out there. Any rally on these names makes sense. Micron. This thing's been dying on the vine, just waiting to bust lows. Once it busts the lows, it's going to get fugly. AM Dizzle. Again, stocks can go higher than you think. They can also go lower. AMD, same kind of thing. Just basing at the lows, trying to draw in bulls, if I had to guess. NVIDIA, I like the short at the 50-day. I like the short to break the 100-day. Again, if you shorted up at the channel highs like we talked about, you feel good, you look good. Just patience now. Again, I think these guys are going to get busted. Again, this is my easiest trade of 2025, I think. Again, if you shorted the highs, don't be chasing. SMCI, they cooked the books, fired Ernst & Young, and then said they're good. Wow, well, that's easy. Okay, we'll see. These names again. I mean, I'm just watching. Intellectual property. If you like trash, I mean, I guess you could have bought it at 19 with tight stops. I just don't like the idea of going long semis. I think they have a lot of downside risk. I mean, the prices go down when they cook. Again, the technology gets better. The game is things get cheaper. and margins get compressed, and then they are oversupply, and then all of a sudden chip prices fall. It's pretty nasty. I've seen the cycle many times. SMH chopping around again. Stock just made sense if we bought it at 18, 19. Looking good. Adobe. Adobes. Hey, Adobe. Things you don't see if the market's bullish, right? Like big gap down and then can't get bought. You are at support, so it should chop here. Makes sense. So far it is. Applesauce. Again, we talked about this one being a blow off top. Congratulations if you shorted. This thing feels like it's just getting started. Let's get it started here. Remember, it used to be let's get retarded. Can I say that? Is someone gonna report me? Report me. I don't care. I'm saying as a reference to a song. Let's line up the fibs again. I probably didn't do this earlier, or I did, but didn't save. Gotta love when they line up at massive VAP zones and support resistance. Look at that. Man, that is perfect. It means the computers ran the freaking run out. Wow, that's basically perfect. Nice work. Again, Jay Solstice, folks. Again, I love giving shout outs to everyone. And if you talk in the room, you get involved, and you post ideas. Man, love it. Again, I posted my JP Morgan idea today. I posted ideas. Again, the more the better. More the merrier. Everyone has different ideas. Does everyone hit home runs? No. But most people seem to have. Again, if you have a high batting average and you're posting the trades, I appreciate it. I don't care if you're wrong. Every once in a while, shit happens. Like this down. Again, if we remember the first break of the 20-day, at some point, if it's curling down, you probably will get a rally too. This is why you don't chase. Amazonian hits the 2.61, or what is it, 1.618? It's been chopping around. Here's an example, breaking the 20-day, bouncing back to it. Meta. I like this one. One of the 50-day breaks. CRM, talked about this like nasty gap up on earnings, fail. Slowly pulling back. Guggenheim, got them chips, son. Them quantum chips breaking out. Uh-oh. Microsoft, we talked about this one. Yikes. I think Microsoft's going to get beaten this year. Keep an eye on it. NDAQ, this is my other favorite short. If you shorted at the 84.1618, you're looking good. Again, I think the exchange has no pow in the future. Head and shoulders top. Yeah, the exchange is not going to be where the volume is going to be trading in the markets. MicroStrategy, this one's again, we've talked about the blow off top consolidation phase. I don't know why you wouldn't get back into the mid twos. The mid two bombs, Netflix and Spill, maybe? I don't know. It's been Netflix and Kill Bears. Talked about this zone holding so far, so good. Roblox. Man, this one, the pedo blocks. Again, I like this on discounts. I don't like it up here. Pan W, again, we like cybersecurity names. But we like them on discounts. This is what we talk about. Like, again, if I was going to buy tech, I'd buy cybersecurity, but on a pullback. Tesla. Man, I got a lot of people get mad at me when I'm like, take profit. No, hold forever. Do you not remember 2021? We said the same shiznit. We said, get out of there. Take a break. Let it go. Now you make a new high. Okay, cool. Now you're breaking below the hold highs. Here, let me just zing it across. And some of these charts get funky because of the splits. They don't update. I apologize. Now you're pulling back, right? Are you surprised? We talked about worst case scenario, you get a choppy pullback. It doesn't get mad. I don't get mad at folks, right? Like, I'm not the type of person to get mad. But I just look and go, what were y'all thinking? Oh, it just goes up forever. No, it doesn't. You got to get that stupid thinking out of your mind. You got to trade around positions. And the higher they go, the more likely you need to take profits. No one ever does. Now what? I don't know. 340? I mean, what if it ends up getting throttled? I mean, their sales numbers were crap today. Please be careful. Insight, again, I think this company gets bought out. I like it in the 50s. Keeping an eye on it. Palantir feels like a blow off top. 20-day is crucial. Seems to be trying to hold on. 10 cuidado. McDonald's, seems to be chopping it. Yeah, going nowhere. DKNG, we're loving it. Next support coming. Incoming. A lot of bulls who are like, oh man, gaming future. I'm like, dude, you know, when the market's soft and people are not not feeling very wealthy, markets start pulling back. Do you think they're going to be betting on sports? No. The growth is 9% year over year. And I mean, again, the way this is traded, not cheap. be careful. Again, I'd like to see this in the 20s, and I'll bail. Airbnb, chop around. Costco, we talked about the $1,000 headline was like scary. Here's the 100-day. Better chop here, or if it keeps going, yikes. Starbucks, another one that's just in a big chop zone. I don't know what to say. FedEx, if you shorted the 280s, you feeling good. We talked about post earnings short. Love that. Talked about testing the 280s. Feeling good. Told y'all. Caterpillar. Meow. 200-day. If it breaks, again, you're getting a chop bottom to break. Again, think about even like an uptrend. You get the chop before you go up. Man, this looks stunning. I mean, stunning in a good way, right? Like, it looks right. If you were, a lot of people get mad when I talk about shorting. Again, I'll get bullish at some point. Keep an eye on it. Deere, we talked about this one. Nice run from like 350 to 470. Okay, breaking 50-day. Uh-oh, new core. Again, love steel. Let it pull back. X. I see people wanting to buy this. I don't want to touch it. 10-foot pole. It's a buyout target. I'd like to see it get throttled because what happens then? The shorts will cover. It's a buyout target. And then bulls will give up. And then you'll be sitting there and you'll have plenty of opportunity to snag it. Probably in the 20s. VALE. Cheap. Getting cheaper. Arrow. We like baby copper. Makes sense. Man. CCJ, like uranium. Yeah, got to hold the 50 area. So far, so good. CF, we like ag names. Again, we like materials. Big chop zones. Chop. Trying to wrap it up. CF, Mosaic, NTR, chop. Oversold near term. AA, again, gotta love aluminum. Let it pull back. XLF, talked about how I think this is one of the easier shorts out there. Congrats. 20 days now curling down. 50 days curling down. You see a touch of 49. You short the shit out of it with a tight stop. JP Morgan said, hey, watch the 243 area this morning. Blink. Now, again, doesn't mean it can't retest it again. But to me, that makes sense. I mean, they're not even buying back their own stock. They're, dude, little side of five beans. Here you go. Here's a 20-day, 50-day cross. Morgan Stanley. Touch for failure. Bank of America. Not as juicy at a reference point, but you get it. Goldman Sachs. Again, I like to say all these names wrong. Here's a 20-day, 50-day scrub. KRE. Again, we like junior banks to go lower. Watch that 100 Dizzle. Talked about XBI being one of the keys for junior, like your IWM, sorry, brain fart. Yeah, watch these names. The Jets. It's about time the Jets. I mean, they're not in the playoffs, so it's going to get slapped around again. I like this. If oil and gas are going higher, you can know the margins are going to get cooked. We talked about the housing index showing weakness. Yikes. Triple top. There's no such thing as a triple Lindy. Yeah, triple top Lindy. Doesn't look good. Be careful. Let's end it with solar, gas, and HYG. Again, we talked about the solar names. If oil goes up, it could catch a bounce. You got your bouncy bounce. Sorry. Again, they could go a little higher. I mean, I'm not saying go out there and just short every bounce, but you can see as we can roll through all these names, like they got a little bounce in them. First Solar, I mean, they're all at reference points or lows, so they just look like they're gonna get big consolidation ranges. That's my guess. HY Jizzle, again, you gotta be high to your mind of corporate debt. Hits the 200-day bounces, cool. Oil, nice bounce. Excuse me. Getting a little overbought. That's my only concern. UNG, hate this product. The short was the KLD in the 80s, cover some in 50s, cover the rest down here in the 30s, and just take the W and come back later. That's my guess. Keep an eye on. A lot of people won't do it. They'll just stay short forever, and it's like, okay, we'll see. Again, I think it'll decay and in your favor, but XOP, we talked about this, holding the mid 120s. You got it. Now you're getting back up into some resistance near term. I mean, this has been a solid trade. I mean, when the market's been hit or miss, this is 7 green days. All right? Keep an eye on it. We talked about these names bouncing. CVE, bounce. Valero, we talked about the gasoline names leading up. Looking good, but hit the 20-day near term. Again, little overbought-ish. Keep an eye on ExxonMobil. Nice trade. And again, another J Solstice special. Talked about buying the 108 calls for tomorrow when it was down here. I think they went pretty high. They probably quadrupled, tripled, no, quintupled, whatever you want to call it. Nice trade. Really good trade. Love seeing it. Appreciate the drops. Occidental. This one's interesting again, longer term. Talked about this big volume. Why is it not? Save it, Dan. Big volume. Buffett's not getting killed. Keep an eye on it. Again, I mean, you could get a retest. It just was oversold, and that's where worst case scenario. We talked about the BP trade, right? Big. You know what BP stands for? Big pain. No, I'm just kidding. We talked about breaking the downtrend. I wouldn't be surprised if you could test these levels back. Here you go. Here's my like long-term favorite swing trade is when you break a trend line and then you like hit some moving average and you back up and then you like come right back down to like this area. Support and a trend. Oof, an error. Getting hot and bothered by it. I like it. EQT. Keep an eye on it. Again, it's been a good trade. If it goes higher, cool. Back near range highs. This one's interesting again, oil and gas names. I'm telling you, I like oil and gas long term. Oh, you're not green. I'm like, no, you need more. You need all of this stuff, especially if you're going to transition. Keep an eye on it. Last but not least, the Flex LNG. Keep an eye on this one, right? I like, man, that's a nice rally. Again, big dividend, big div, 11% divvy. So keep an eye on it. All right. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Holler at your boy. Love to help you out. Appreciate it, you guys. Happy New Year. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.